Hi friends, it's Deanna Willison with Our Blooming Catholic Life, and I have here with me today something I thought I would never use. The Last Swab. It's not pleasant to talk about, right? I clean my ears a lot. It's an issue, it's a genetic issue. I'm always cleaning my ears, and over the past couple years I've developed sinuses where my ears get even more clogged. Ugh, like gross, right? But my niece and nephew had told me that they had these and they loved them. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Now, I do love my Last tissue. See it here? This is my tissue box. It is reusable cotton tissues, and they're in a silicone box. We can talk about that again. I'll do a little update on that at the end. But what is the Last Swab? I've kept the box just to be brave and keep it for you in case I didn't like it. It says one swab. What does it say on the side? One small swab for mankind. There's always these little things just telling you that you open it at the top. It's sealed when you get it. Open it at the top. And then there's a little direction on how to open the container once you get in. Let's go ahead and do it. Ooh, and this is all it is. It's this little. I don't use lipstick, but I feel it's like the size of a lipstick. That's it. And you can even put it on a loop of some kind. I don't know why you would, but you know, it has that hole in the middle. You could hang it somewhere if you wanted. So that's it. That's the case. Let's look at the box just a smidge more. This is what you can see. Ah, there's a barcode. I don't know. Can you, or QR code? I don't know if you can use that. It is certified with a B for something. And it has a whole bunch of stuff that's really small that I can't see. Stay on point. So it lets you know, this is a picture of it. You'll see it in just a section. It gives you on the box. When you pick up the box, you may not get the size of it from watching the video, but on the box, it has a 1-to-1 scale. This is a true scale of what you're going to get. It's claiming that you could use this for cleaning the upper part of your ear, right? But then it has the pointy swab for beauty on the other end. How does it work? Okay, here's the whole trick. See if I can do it without dropping the mic. See that little corner up there? This took me forever to get, and let's see if I'll get it right. See that little corner? It's the little divot. You can put your finger here. Look, there's a little divot over here. I put my thumb kind of there, and when I push, it opens. See, it took me forever to figure that out. So one finger, pointer finger, can go right there. Your thumb goes on the little groove on the other side, and you give it a little push. Whoa! It opens. It just swings open. Doesn't swing any further than that. And you'll see it's in a little case. There's actually a little stand, right? You can just put it in there. Just slides in there. Close the case back up. It doesn't latch or anything, but it seems to stay shut. But it's not like I throw it around or something. So it's hard to describe. So on the stem, there are some grooves. Can you see those grooves on the stem? On the green part, we're talking about the green part here. Little grooves on there. And that does help you hold it. So it's not completely round. It's easy to hold. Can you see all that great texture on the white bits, though? Okay, I don't use the beauty swab end. I have no idea what I would use that for. No idea what I would use a pointy end for. I don't know. What do people... I have literally no idea. You can tell me in the comments below what those for or if you use them. But look at that great texture. And that is what my niece tried to tell me about, and I just didn't understand. It's like a million squeegees. If you're squeamish, just stop watching because it's a little weird. It's like a million squeegees. So just like the cotton is supposed to absorb and kind of catch on any wax or bits of debris in your ears, these squeegees will do it. These squeegees will do it. You can feel it with your finger. It's got a rough little texture. It's like a million little squeegees. And you would just clean the outer part of your ear. It does a fantastic job. I'm not sure. There's nothing on it, but I'm still not going to show you the dirty side. And then what do? I just run it under a little bit of hot water, a little bit of soap, go dry it off on my towel, and then one of the great things is putting it in here. I don't know if you could see before. That little spot where you sit it is elevated, so it's not like it's damp like cotton or cloth to start with. It is silicone, but it dries nicely because it's suspended in the air. See, there's a gap there. It's not like it's touching the bottom. and then you just close it back up and put it back in your drawer, shelf, wherever you're keeping it. It's okay. It's ridiculously good to use. Now, I bought this a couple weeks ago. I have used it for a couple weeks. I did buy it myself. Nobody's sponsoring me. I bought this a couple weeks ago because I use an inordinate amount of cotton swabs, and I've tried to use the organic kind, and the stores have stopped stocking them. So I was like, ugh, I'll just do it. But it's weird. But it is. But it's great if this is all I have to use. I may end up getting a second one, although this is a pretty handy travel case. And like I say, it doesn't like come open on its own. You might think that it could. It just doesn't. It doesn't. It hasn't for me anyway. If it comes open on you, let me know. I have to do it myself. So I could theoretically use the same one for travel and for home. I don't live that minimally. I usually have a bag packed in my suitcase with toiletries that I'm using. So there's that. Now I wanted to show you, in case you've been resistant to the last items, the last tissues, they're just these little hankies. Let me take one out again and show you. It's just a simple cotton hanky, has tiny little hem on it. You can see where it's folded in half. Why is that important? There's a little fold line there. Because I'm going to take each one. You can see I've got a stack of them here already folded. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to lay it on top of the one that's on the stack, not this loose little guy here by himself. But the one that's on top of the stack, I'm going to lay it on top of with my little flap hanging on the other side. Then this flap encloses that one. And now this one's on top. It's the top one, so I'm going to go ahead and close it. I'm not doing another stack. I'm going to grab my last tissue box. This is the big tissue box. I started playing with it earlier, and I was like, I might as well do this on camera. It's got these buttons on the back. They're basically like kind of like buttons or snaps. You just undo them all. Poke that little guy back through. I'm going to grab in here. There's a silicone divider, and that's what I'm going to grab out. I'm going to pull that out, and it's got a stack of tissues on top of it. So now, oh, it's already folded up. I'm going to open that one up. Remember how I just did my last one? And I'm going to try and insert this whole stack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open that one to the bottom one, tuck them in. That should work. It may not be perfect. I might have an issue when I get down to that one. I need to reset. And then it's just an empty box with a slit in the bottom and a big oval on the top. I'm going to slide this back in. This is overfull. I have bought the refill packs to have enough. It comes with a number of tissues, but if you have multiple people in your house or you have colds or allergies, you're probably going to want to get some refills and just really stuff it full. And then I just snap these little guys on the bottom. Sorry, it's a little bit harder to do it on camera than I normally would. Doesn't go on necessarily the first time. See a little wiggling there maybe. Oh, it's trying to sneak out. Don't you do that, friend. If I had any dirty tissues, I would have taken them out before I refilled it. They're just in this little cubby in the bottom. Or if you're grossed out by that, that's perfectly okay. You can keep a little like silicone bucket in your house somewhere. I do have a spot under my sink where I put my used cloth napkins as well as Kleenexes, and then I just pick them up to wash them. Why silicone great? Because if this would get funky, because like I'm storing Kleenexes in it, I just open it up and pop it in the dishwasher and clean it. Dishwasher cleans things very good and sanitary. So now my new box, but it's like this. It's just like any other tissue box. I'm gonna pull. And now it's just like any other tissue box. Now, have I had a really bad cold and run out of these? When I have a really bad cold, what I've tended to do is I do still have some handkerchiefs when I was using a full-on handkerchief, and occasionally I still use those for things. I'll actually stock it with full-size handkerchiefs, or I could have multiples, or if I'm really desperate, I will use the paper tissues. It happens, but I'm at least reducing my dependence on them. Like this, I've probably, in the time I've used it, I've probably saved like an entire box of cotton swabs, and it works. So one of the reasons I waited, I bought it a couple weeks ago. I've been using it every morning and every night, cleaning it. checking to see how I like it. Does it stay clean? Yes. And let me tell you, it's been gross a couple times. It has been. But again, soap and hot water, I wash it, I dry it, put it back in the case, and it's great to go. So I tend to get sinus infections now where my ears are completely full of fluid and really disgusto. That fluid can crystallize. It's really nasty. And I wanted to wait and see if that would happen and if I could use these then. So what has happened is, of course, you're only doing the outside, just like the very edge of your ear here, just the very edge. And that's where those crystals build up. It's done a phenomenal job of getting those crystals out. And what I've noticed is it seems to open the ear canal, even though I'm just using it at the very edge, the very, 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 very edge. Please don't be sticking this deep into your ear. Just at that very edge to clean that edge out. It has, when I do that, it like opens up. And the only way to describe it is my ear can breathe. It opens that passage back up. That little gentle action. I have no idea why. That's what it's done for me. Again, don't stick it in your ear. I'm just doing the very edge. And it's really cleared out those crystals right there and allowed things to flow and go. Now, today, it was definitely worse. Definitely worse. I felt like I was hearing things underwater. I could feel all the crystals. So I got the little bit of crystals at the edge. And then what did I do? I went and used my ear cleaning system. That's one of those ones that you put drops in. You use a bulb cleaner with hot water. And that finished the cleaning, and it was great. And then I could use my Last Swab to get the outer ear, any of that residual that was left after cleaning my ear. And wow, did it work? It really worked. I was thrilled. That was my big worry, is that this couldn't handle that. And it really did. Was it like a miracle cure and I now have no sinus issues? No, but I saved a lot of cotton swabs, and it did work. It did really help. And that was my experience. So that's it. Last Swab. Yeah, I was shocked. I thought it was weird. I didn't think it would work. I've heard of couples sharing them. I have no idea if that's recommended or not, but they're washing them between people. So I have no idea on that. You'd have to look that up and see what they say. But Last Swab, I actually like this. God bless you, friends. Bye.